Ford has a plan to crack down on self-driving vehicle owners who fail to make payments. The automaker has filed a patent for a system that would make the vehicle drive itself back to the dealer.
That's a mess. For self-driving cars to drive away from their owners. After a series of missed payments, Ford's proposal will force the car to drive itself to a repossession agency.
Ford has been granted a patent making all the customers go crazy in the market. The patent issued would allow building cars that take unimaginable action if the owner falls behind on payments, or even drives themselves back to the seller. In an age where technology and innovation continue to reshape industries, Ford's charge into automated repossession technology, ART, stands out as a groundbreaking development. This video gives insights into the multifaceted world of self-driving technology, exploring its benefits, which come with certain challenges, and the intriguing possibilities it brings to vehicle ownership and repossession. Elon Musk, a vanguard in the field, has been instrumental in propelling the concept of autonomous vehicles in the mainstream. Musk's vision extends beyond mere transportation. He sees these vehicles as intelligent, autonomous entities capable of decision-making. Integrating self-driving technology in mainstream models signifies a crucial step towards full autonomy. Let's see how this would refine the automotive industry with a new perspective. Traditionally, a car is seen as a depreciating asset. However, with ART, the paradigm shifts dramatically. Imagine a scenario where your vehicle doesn't just sit idle in a parking lot while you're at work or on vacation. Instead, it functions as an autonomous taxi service, akin to Uber, generating income when you're not using it. To put this into perspective, consider the following. The average car is parked 95% of the time. If utilized as a self-driving taxi during these idle periods, even at a conservative rate, a car could potentially earn significant revenue. For instance, if your car operates for just 10% of its idle time at a rate of $10 per hour, it could earn over $1,000 per month. This not only offsets the cost of ownership, but could turn a profit. Seems interesting yet, doesn't it? ART also opens the door to collective ownership models. In a scenario where multiple individuals share ownership of a self-driving car, the cost of purchase, maintenance, and insurance can be distributed. This model is especially appealing in urban areas where the cost of owning a car is prohibitive. It's estimated that shared ownership could reduce individual transportation costs by up to 50%. And when it comes to cost saving, this technology does not merely stop here. Parking is a significant challenge in urban areas, often contributing to congestion and pollution. ART-equipped vehicles can self-park efficiently, even in tight spaces, reducing the need for large parking lots. This is difficult to digest, but studies suggest that autonomous vehicles could reduce parking space requirements in cities by up to 40%. This reduction in parking space requirements alleviates urban congestion and has potential environmental benefits. By decreasing the need for large parking structures, more space is available for green areas, which can improve urban air quality and provide recreational spaces. So, we can finally witness the EV contribution to environmental sustainability in real terms. Another major advantage of ART for all car enthusiasts is its impact on vehicle maintenance and repairs. These cars can autonomously drive to service centers for regular maintenance or repairs. This feature saves the owner time, ensures that maintenance schedules are adhered to, and of course gives its owners safe time to earn extra bucks to afford an extra EV for themselves. To put the joint effects of parking and maintenance being taken care of into perspective, the average person spends about 17 hours a year looking for parking, translating into an estimated cost of $5 in time lost. ART can eliminate this. Furthermore, proactive maintenance can reduce repair costs by up to 25%, ensuring the vehicle operates efficiently for longer. As we peel back the layers of Ford's automated repossession technology, ART, the patent is not as favorable as it seems to a common individual, because what I'm going to reveal next is going to blow the minds of all people having a car with delayed payments. Beyond the bright promises of convenience and efficiency, ART brings with it a host of complex and somewhat unsettling issues. This innovative technology, while impressive, opens a Pandora's box of potential problems. These darker aspects of ART are not just technical challenges. They touch on fundamental questions of personal freedom and ethical boundaries in a world increasingly run by smart machines. The most immediate concern with ART is its capacity for automated repossession. In a scenario where a vehicle can autonomously return to the lender upon missed payments, the line between efficient asset recovery and potential overreach becomes blurred. The patent, which was filed in 2021 but granted only last week, describes how the system would kick in if the car owner failed to respond to messages informing them they were falling behind with payments. At that point, a series of measures would first be used to make the car unpleasant to drive, then impossible. Finally, the car would take a bold action beyond human imagination. What does the unpleasant drive mean? And what happens next after it? Those measures include sending messages to the owner's smartphone or the vehicle itself, locking drivers out entirely, disabling functions like air conditioning, geofencing drivers to only operate within a certain time or set area so they can still get to work, and in one especially harrowing example, enabling an autonomous car to just drive itself to an impound lot, or a junkyard if the car's market value is determined to be below a certain threshold. Now, coming to the more extreme of the issue, what if the payment has been done, but it is not processed or now updated? Consider the potential for system bugs or errors. Approximately 5% of transactions in the financial sector are subject to errors or disputes. Applying a similar error rate to automated repossession could lead to many unjust repossessions, causing distress and inconvenience to users. In the United States, over 7 million people were 3 months behind on their car payments in 2019. If even a fraction of those cases were subject to automated repossession, the social and economic impact could be substantial. But imagine you're an individual with strong payment history. Is the technology suited for you then? Are your safety concerns taken care of then? With ART-equipped cars constantly connected to the internet, they become a goldmine of personal data. This raises critical questions about privacy and data security. There's a risk that personal travel patterns and location data could be misused. In an era where data is a valuable commodity, the temptation for lenders or third parties to capitalize on this information is real. The increasing frequency of data breaches in recent years compounds these concerns. In 2021, there were over 1,000 data breaches in the United States alone, exposing sensitive personal information of millions. The integration of ART in vehicles could add another layer of vulnerability. Are all these measures acceptable to the consumer market for the automotive industry, considering that if the technology is once operated, it would be adopted and used by all the car manufacturers around the world? Automakers have spent years pushing buyers into more expensive trucks, SUVs, and crossovers, and eliminating smaller cars from their lineups to take advantage of those vehicles' higher profit margins. The result has been longer loan terms, a rise in negative equity rolled over from past car loans, and more total car debt than ever. Just this week, Fortune reported America is now seeing its highest severe delinquency rate since 2006 as high interest rates and skyrocketing prices put a squeeze on people's budgets. In other words, automakers and their dealers have spent years ramping up car prices or taking advantage of market conditions. Now they're coming up with high-tech ways to hit owners back if they can't pay up. Naturally, this isn't the kind of technology-related headline Ford wants. The automaker, in a statement published in various outlets, said it has no plan to deploy this system. "We submit patents on new inventions as a normal course of business, but they aren't necessarily an indication of new business or product plans," Ford said in a statement. Even if you take Ford at face value there, this kind of thing absolutely can be done. In a world where automakers are actively fighting your ability to fix your car, there's no reason to believe they have consumers' best interests in mind all of the time. And while connected car technology is still in its relative infancy, it is only a matter of time before those cars enter the used market or the tech spreads to cheaper vehicles. So when we look at how car technology is advancing in the years to come, it's worth drivers everywhere asking this: who is all of this for anyway? How will these advancements redefine our everyday mobility and personal freedom? In this brave new world of smart vehicles, who really holds the steering wheel? The driver or the technology behind it? And most importantly, is this next generation of cars going to save the planet and its people, or is it just going to save the auto industry? If you enjoyed this video, you'd like a video I recently published about the 2024 Corvette E-Ray.